All right, so welcome, ladies. So today is Thursday, August 10th, which is so crazy. I think I say that every week when I say the date. It's just flying by this year. Before we start talking about expanding our network, I wanted to quickly touch on the coach sneak peek. There's Tony Ann. Okay, so perfect timing, Tony Ann, because I'm touching on the coach sneak peek. So I hope you can hear me. So what we're going to do, what we have been doing, so anybody that's new or that's like popping back in, this is what we've been doing over the past couple months. So we run our free group, and then on like Friday, Saturday-ish, we post in there like a heart post, meaning the post that we did a couple months ago where it says, if you could lose, if you were, what did we write, Elena? If you could lose weight and not fail or something like that, right? How much weight would you want to lose? 10 to 15 pounds, 15 to 30 pounds, 30 to 45 pounds, 45 plus, right? And with that, you put a little heart. So like they would answer if it's 10 to 5 or 5 to 10 pounds, they would put a red heart. You put a red heart next to that. So in the response, they put a red heart. If they want 45 plus, let's say you put a purple heart. So they put a purple heart in the comments. So in your comments, you're going to see all these hearts. And then what you're going to do is you're going to private message those people, and you're going to say, hey, I saw your heart. I would love it if you would come join me in this other group, and then give them the link to this other group that you're going to make, okay? And then in that group, you're going to make it so you have to approve them. So you don't want to add them. You want them to add themselves, and then you approve them going in. Because if they take the time to click your link and then join the group, it shows that they are really interested, okay? It doesn't mean they're necessarily going to buy, but they're really interested. So these are now top prospects that are in your group that you can always come back to. And so as soon as they click join group and you approve them, there's going to be a welcome message from you. And we write the same one every month, so I can just copy and paste that into our team page so everybody can use the same message. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go live the next day. Once everybody gets in there, you're going to go live and you're going to kind of tell your story and then tell what a challenge group is, what your plan is with this group, and basically, you're going to just say, like, so if you want in, I'm going to post the links below. Click the link, order your stuff, and after you order, comment done. And then that way, it's like you don't have 50 million different conversations going. These people already did your free group. They already know you. They've been interacting with you all week. Maybe this is the third or fourth or fifth free group they've done with you, So, definitely just kind of be like matter of fact, like this is what I'm doing. If you want in, you have to purchase this product or change your coach to me or order Shakeology if you don't, if that's what you need, or if you already have the DVDs or whatever, you just have to make me your coach, right? I always make sure that they know that if they have it, that's fine. They don't have to buy anything. They can just be in my group, but I do have to be made their coach officially. And then I always do say, if you do have a coach that works with you already, if you're comfortable with them, you should be staying with them. Like, I don't want to steal anybody's customers, but usually if they've made their way all the way with you this far, most likely their coach isn't helping them. So they're probably going to change to you. But I do try to make it sound like you don't have to buy anything. If your neighbor has 21-day fix and you want to use that. You just have to make me your coach. And then I give them the link to change coaches. So I can post all those posts in our coach group, and as I post them, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing, so that way you know, like, it's time to do it too. So that's that. And then as people start buying and they write done, even if they don't buy, but let's say they change coaches to you and they write done, nobody knows what they did. And what happens, it's called the power of positive peer pressure, where other people are seeing that they're doing it, and then you come in, you're like, awesome, okay, the deadline is Wednesday at 9 p.m., then I'm closing out this group, and people are like, wait, I'm going to buy it. Wait, I still have to buy it. And then I always end it with a list of everybody that, wrote done. And still some people will sometimes go, oh, wait, my name's not on the list. I have to buy it right now. So you want to keep that going for a couple of days, that momentum of like, okay, it's ending. Like, if you want to do it, you have to do it now. And, I usually get 2 or 3 challenge packs from that. So that's what I'm hoping for this time as well. And like, if your free groups are going good, you should have no problem getting those people over there. Maybe we'll come up with a little bit more of a clever message to put in the group together. But we can work on that. I'll think about that a little bit, and then I'll post it. Or if you guys have any ideas, we can go over that. Okay, so that is that idea, and that's what's been seeming to work. So let's keep going with that. All right, so now I'm going to go over expanding your network on social media. And do you guys want me to pull up this form, or do you want me to just talk? Do you want to read it as I'm like saying it? Obviously, Ashley, please don't read it. We want you to be safe. You want me to share my screen so you can kind of like read it as I'm saying it and explaining it? I'll do that. I'll share my screen.
Read things.
You like to read things? Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. So I share my screen. Okay. So this is the document that was recently created by the top 40, not the top 40 coaches, the top 40 recruiters. Okay, so that meaning like the coaches in the net out of 400,000 who recruit coaches, right? That have the most signed up coaches because they do so well with social media. So that doesn't necessarily mean they're in the top, like the top 40 elite coaches. Could be totally different. So not that that matters, but I just want you to know where this is coming from. So basically it starts out with telling you that you need to be a product of the product, which we know, in order to get more people to join your journey. Obviously, when we're constantly posting about Shakeology and the workouts and everything that you guys do, every single one of you that are on here do it excellently. So is that a word, excellently? You all do a fantastic job on that, showing that you are a product of the product, all of you. So keep that up, okay? So it just says, it will take skill, strategy, and time, but use this guide to help you put some simple tips into practice and see better results. So when you expand your audience, when you're expanding your network, it's how you build your tribe, right? That's how you find the people who are like you. Because if you find that you're not looking for people that aren't like you, because then you won't mesh together, right? It says create a platform for sustained business success and experience the greatest joys in coaching from helping more and more people. So understand the basics of social media. For some reason, I can't click on this. I don't know if it's because my computer isn't updated, but basically what you have to do is focus. They don't want you to focus on more than 2 platforms. I personally think that you should master 1 before you go for 2. If you don't know Instagram inside and out yet, keep working on Facebook. Like Facebook, I think is where, every coach is going to have a different opinion on this, but from what I see with you guys, like Facebook is where we get most of our people. So master that before you move on to mastering, I was going to say Netflix, Instagram, Twitter. They're saying Snapchat now, Pinterest, YouTube. There's so many different platforms that people find people. But pick one that you're going to learn in and out before you move on to another one. Okay, so the 3 guiding principles of expanding your network. 1 is connection is critical, which you guys know that. Know your people to find your people. In today's social media world, the people who build connections are the people who have influence. Posts alone don't grow your business. It's the conversations that come from posts that have resonated with people that will result in success as a coach. So when you post, I tell you guys this all the time, but when you post something, you want people to ask you questions, right? We talked about how we want them to be curious, and that way you can start a conversation. Okay, so just throwing up a post where there's going to be no interaction from your people is not going to work. What happens is when you start talking about whatever you posted and you start getting these people are commenting, and then you're talking back to them and like agreeing with them or thanking them, or then sending them a private message and asking them a question and having a conversation with them. That's how you make connections. Okay. So it's important to make sure that when you put up these posts, there's a way to make a connection. There's a way for them to answer back and talk to you. Yes. You can make the TV louder, or you can ask Hannah to. I'm in the middle of a call, sweetie. Ask Hannah to help you, please. Okay, so so connection is critical. We want to make sure that every post we put up, there's some reason. Elena, your post that I saw earlier about your back, was that today? That was great. Yeah. That was a great post.
Thank you.
I mean, it really, like, I was just like scrolling and I saw it quickly and I'm like, this is great. It's different. It's making people stop, and like, I would stop and ask, like, what did you do? Like, it's not just of a before and after. It's not, you don't even have a before there. You're just talking about how happy you are, that you love your body now,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really good. So this is really important to understand also, is that, yes, Beachbody is what is the actual product, I guess you could say, that people are going to buy from us. But Beachbody is not our business. You are the business. You are the brand. Okay? There's 400,000 coaches. Like, people can go to any one of them to buy the All Access Challenge Pack. But why are they going to you? They're going to you for your brand, because they like who you are. And they want you to guide them through this, okay? So you need to make sure that in your social media, obviously, that it's very clear who you are. So people buy you before they will buy anything from you. So like, I'll have people that I have this girl in our challenge group, and she like just really is so happy that she's in my group. And every time that I check in with her, she's like, I'm just so like proud to be in your group, and I just feel so special and motivated by you. And it's just like, it's like, I'm like, really? Like, me? Like, just little old me? Like, I don't even know like what I did. Like, she just keeps praising me. And it's just like, wow, like I did something to inspire this girl, that she's so thankful and so happy to be with me, and I don't even talk to her that much. And today we spoke, and she was down 16 pounds, and she's pushing because she wants to make me proud. And I'm like, wow, like that's so awesome. And it's just because, like when I post, I really just try to show who I am. Like, I don't try to sugarcoat anything or hide anything or whatever. And people relate better that way. Okay. So, like your back post was great. Ashley's post, where she had on the shirt, and it was like that like burgundy shirt, the tank top, and she showed like how it was like looser. Same thing. Like, Elena, you did that one. Tony Ann's post where she talked about her kidney stuff and how she's back on watch, like, and they're, checking her levels and stuff like that. Captures people. That's what people want to know. They want to know you and like what's really going on and like who you are. If you don't share, you have to share your back, but like that's really like, it's really giving your all, really putting yourself out there. And that is important because that's what attracts people. Okay. So let's let people get to know you. Okay. Number 3, it says beat the drum, consistency over intensity. Repetition develops skills. Consistency builds followers. Followers create your tribe. Okay. So don't come in like hard with one post a day, and think that that's going to be consistent and you're going to get this great tribe. Like, you need to every day show up, just like, you guys know this already, but I'll say it again. Every day, show up to your posts about different things throughout the day, your transformation, your struggles, your family. Tonight I did a post like, I'm losing my mind, type of thing, like, just keep doing that every single day and you're going to see more and more people are going to be drawn to you, instead of being just like one post a day, thinking like if you put up a before and after of somebody like that's going to, even if it booms as one post, it doesn't matter. Then they're not going to see you for the rest of the day, So they need to consistently keep seeing your name. Also, the Tiny Torch posts are really great. And a lot of times I don't even know, like, I'll see you guys Tiny Torch and I don't even know it's Tiny Torch. You don't know until you click like. And so everybody's been doing a good job with that. I just want to state this while we're recording. Make sure if you Tiny Torch something that you, like if you Tiny Torch a quote, make sure you put in your own message to go with the quote. Like, don't just Tiny Torch a quote without it having to do something to relate with you. Again, I've been reading a lot of them and liking a lot of them, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was Tiny Torch. That was good. Nobody else is going to know it's tiny. They're not going to know what that means, unless they're a coach or some other person that sells stuff online. But just watch that you don't just get in the habit of just sharing things, like just clicking share just to put up stuff. You want it to be meaningful, and make it your own. Okay, so getting started. All right, so we've gone over this. So you're going to look for friends on Facebook, right? You look at their page, and if they seem to have interests similar to yours, you send them a request. If they have 10, 12 friends in common with you, you send them a friend request. This says use the memory jogger to identify people but that you aren't connected to on social media. That's the same thing where Facebook tells you, you may know this person, and then you'll see how many friends you have in common. But definitely check to see if they're a Beachbody coach, or when you click on their name, if you see like my picture, Patty's picture, like all of our pictures, you're going to know immediately that they're part of Team Inspire. So you probably, you could friend them to be friends with them from Team Inspire, but you don't want to waste your time friending them for them to be a prospect. And of course, in-person connection. So like, don't forget, like when you're out and people are like, hey, Elena, you look so great. Like, what have you been up to? Tell them. Tell them exactly what you've been up to. Be like, hey, I've been working out. I've been doing this new program. It's so awesome. I love it so much. I've been helping these new people, like all these people, meeting people from all over the United States. We're starting to talk to people in the UK, and I'm doing this group. And they're going to be like, oh, really? Like, maybe I should do it. Like, don't be afraid to talk to people in person, okay? But having business cards on you is a good idea, because a lot of people will say, oh, well, do you have a card? And it's always the worst if you don't have one on you. So you can get those from Beachbody. They're not very expensive. All right, so here we go. 3 steps to growing your warm market. Expanding your network is really just working to expand your warm market. So we all know that a warm market is people we already know, right? Like our friends or family. So you want to expand that. So you want to make friends with more people, so they become your warm market. So here you have a clear and consistent identity. So this is where it gets important, okay? So this is where we start building our avatar. So everybody should do this, is write down what are your top 5 interests, what are your top 5 descriptors, and what are your top 5 core values, okay? Because this is important in who you're connecting with. And this is going to help you with your posts. Okay, so let's just make something up, right? So what are your top 5 interests? Let's say my interest is Chihuahuas, right? Dogs. I'm a dog mom, okay? That's not really one of mine, but I'm just going to say it because my daughter's dog just ran by me. So I would then look for other people who are obsessed with their dogs, because you're going to be able to connect with them. You know what I mean? You have that same interest, that same love for a Chihuahua or a golden doodle or whatever. And it's easier to connect with people when you have the same interests as them. So if you're posting pictures about your dog and someone else has a dog like that, you're going to connect, So you want to make sure your top 5 interests, because you can post about them. It could be 1 or 2 posts a day for sure. What are your top 5 descriptors and your core values? There are a lot of Beachbody coaches that, are really their faith and their religion, they bring it into Beachbody. And people are attracted to that. They're people that are very into, I'm not religious, so it's hard for me to even say, but people who are into praising God and, thank the Lord and thank God for everything. There's a top coach who goes on every day, who goes on live every day, and she talks about something in the Bible every day. And she has these followers that come on and listen to her about talking about the Bible and her explaining it. And that's something a value of her, her core value. And they really connect with her on that level. And all of her coaches have a strong belief in their religion. So obviously for me, who that's not something that's not a core value of mine, I wouldn't connect with those people like she does, So if that's something that you have, share it, because you're going to find people who really connect with you on whatever your core values are. So those are important to write down. Know who you want to attract. Okay, so this is where we're building our avatar. And this is really important. My kids are crying. This is so important, building your avatar. So let's dive into this. So connecting with people on social media happens when your posts speak to them. Create an effective avatar by putting yourself in that ideal customer's or coach's shoes. Go deep into the psychology of the ideal customer to really get to know them. Start by making a list of the characteristics that represent the person you'd most enjoy working with. So if you're sitting here, if you're sitting by yourself and you're going, all right, I need to find an amazing coach, right? If I could pick any coach and any characteristic, what would it be? What would I want them to be like? Okay? And that person that you write down, all these characteristics, that's your target market. That's your avatar. That's who you want to find. That's who you, with every post, you want to talk to. You want to talk to that person, right? So here it says demographics, age, marital status, kids, education, social or cultural interests. So I'll just go for me, like my avatar is not somebody that's in their like 20s, in their lower 20s, you know, like I wouldn't be able to really, I would help them, but that's not my person that I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that's in their 30s probably, that's married, that just had kids. I mean, educated is education, not whatever. Like, that doesn't bother me. So I definitely, my person, I relate to moms. So that's who I look for. If someone's not a mom, it's a little bit harder for me to relate to them, right? So what do they spend their time doing? What do they do for fun or for work? It's always good when I meet a teacher because we always connect. We always can relate to each other. What is their personality like? I like when somebody's funny, likes to joke around. Words that describe the person, in-depth understanding. What are their top priorities right now? What excites them? What worries them? Like, I want to find somebody who wants to stay at home with their kids, who wants to do this job and make enough money that they can leave their job and stay home with their kids and work from home. Like, that's like my ideal person that I look for, right? So when somebody tells me, like, when someone says to me, like, no, I would never leave my job, I love my job, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know that that's not exactly what I'm, not that I won't work with them or whatever, but that's not my ideal person, right? Like, when someone is like, I hate my job, I want to leave my job, I want to stay home with my kids, I don't want to, you know, go work there anymore, I'm like, boom, let's do it. Like, I know exactly how you feel, you know? And so that's for me. Anyway, so that's like my avatar, somebody who's a mom who wants to stay home. So here is a picture of Caitlin, right? And this is somebody's avatar, right? So this is basically going to be whoever you're picturing. Put the face right where she is. So Caitlin's 27 years old. She's newly married with no kids. She loves animals and she has pets. She's fun-loving, carefree, but shy at first and stresses about random things. She wants to tone up and lose 5 to 15 pounds. She hates scary movies, blah, blah, blah. You can read the rest of this, okay? Do you see how specific it is, though? Researches things like crazy and then ends up buying on impulse. Is worried Shakeology is a scam. Worried that her husband and friends will tease her for doing an infomercial workout. So this is like the exact person that they're talking about. Very specific. So when you can figure out and you can write down like exactly who you're picturing, who you want to help, then when you create your posts, it's so much easier to make them because you're going to talk to Caitlin. So you can say things like, I was so worried that Shakeology was a scam and that my friends and my husband were going to make fun of me. But look at me now, you know, like I'm so happy that I stepped out of my comfort zone and did this, something I would have never done before. And that's Caitlin. Caitlin will be like, oh my gosh, it's exactly how I feel. I'm so worried that all my friends are going to make fun of me, But look at you, like you had such great results. Like, how did you do it? And then there you go. Like, there's your post, and that's who's relating to you and seeing it. Okay. So gathering your tribe will be a combination of you finding them and them finding you, which is so true. To do this, look at the words, descriptions, and insights you gained in steps 1 and 2. Use what you identified in step 1 to help you focus on what things to share on social media and the keywords to use that reflect you. So that was from, that was from here, your interests, your descriptors, and your values. And then use what you identified in step 2 to help you create posts that connect with people you want in your tribe. Okay. It is important that a portion of the time set aside for your business each day should be dedicated to proactively gathering your tribe on social media. So meaning that you're posting and you're looking for these people and you're having conversations with people. Like yesterday, I had so many conversations with so many people, and I can tell instantly when we start talking if we vibe or not. Not that I wouldn't help somebody that I don't feel that instant connection with, but sometimes you just start talking to like other people and you're like, you just get along, but you gotta get out there and message people, message to start having the conversations. Create conversational content. We spoke about that. Take the conversation offline. No matter the social media platform, once someone shows interest with the post, it's time to take the conversation offline. Send them a private message and engage in a conversation. Whenever somebody comments on my post about like, how did you do that? How can I do that? Can you help me with that? I never respond. The only thing I would maybe reply is I just sent you a PM. And then you always go into your messenger, or, try to even get them into email if you can and get them offline. So there's that. Now this is all about Instagram, and I don't know if I want to go into Instagram really yet. This could be like a whole other call, but I'll just briefly tell you what I do know about Instagram is your pictures can't be bad because that's what they see, right? When they're like when they click on your Instagram, it's a collage of pictures. So you want it to look good together. And that's a whole skill in itself, figuring out like exactly what you want your Instagram to look like, and also figuring out your hashtags, what you want them to be. You're going to create a list of 11 to 25 hashtags that you use with every post. So it's not like, let's say you post a picture of your sweaty selfie and then you post a picture of your kids swimming in the pool. The hashtags on both are the exact same hashtags. You want your pictures to be coming up in the same hashtag so people keep seeing them, whoever searched those hashtags, if that makes sense. And you don't really want them to necessarily be about fitness. You want them, if you're taking a sweaty selfie and you hashtag boy mom, then somebody's going to be searching in the boy mom hashtag, or let's say like in Long Beach where I grew up, there's a hashtag Long Beach, New York, not California. And like I'll use that a lot because I know people search in that hashtag and then they'll see like my before and after picture. And like they didn't go in Long Beach, New York, not California to see my before and after picture, but there it is. And then there's a picture of my kids in the pool. And then there's a picture of me in a bathing suit. And then there's a picture of whatever is going on. And so that has nothing to do with fitness, but these people are, I'm now expanding my audience by these people seeing that stuff, by finding the correct hashtags, okay? But that's as far as I'm going to go with that, because I am not at all an expert on Instagram. I know Marina is learning about it and doing a training, so maybe she can come on more. And I actually have a video of somebody who is one of the top coaches who is an expert on Instagram that I can share with you guys, that I have from another group. Okay, so let's go over this quickly. You guys know most of this already, but let's go over it with you. So, sorry. Okay, so obviously be consistent and engaging. Facebook uses an algorithm to try and help surface the posts it thinks will be of greatest interest to a user at the top of their newsfeed. Okay, so if you and, let's say me and my best friend are constantly liking each other's stuff, commenting on each other's stuff, sharing stuff, tagging each other, then when I go on Facebook, her stuff is going to be like the greatest of interest to me. So it's going to be at the top. It's going to be there for me to see it. Okay? So you want to basically become best friends with everybody and that you're friends with. And you want them to like everything and engage in everything. And you want them to not just like your post, but have a reaction to your posts. All these faces over here. So you can even write things like, what would your reaction be to this? You know, like once a day, put up something like that. And then they'll give you a reaction. And then it will come up more that gives you better traction on Facebook to get into the algorithm. Facebook Live. Facebook really likes it when you go live, but they like to see people watching the full video, not coming on and coming off. So you don't want to go for too long, right? So you want to kind of make a short, good, quick tip video where people come on, you start talking, you show them your thing, they watch the whole thing, you say goodbye, and you hang up. And then Facebook likes that, and they will, if you have a lot of those, then they'll keep bringing those back up into the news feed. And this is what I'm pretty sure I've told you guys, but my first 2 years of Beachbody, I totally ran my business through joining interest groups. That's how I really expanded my audience for 2 years. That's how I hit Success Club 10 every month for over 2 years by doing it in the interest groups. And I just really go and I find as many groups as I can that have a similar interest to me. Obviously, mom groups are easy. Elena, the mom groups on Long Island are so saturated with Beachbody coaches, it's really hard now. But that doesn't mean that you can't find other mom groups in other places, you know, where you can connect with other people. Like maybe you go on vacation somewhere. Maybe you want to go on vacation somewhere, you know. Like I always look for mom groups in San Diego because I used to live there, and like looking for my friends that I went to college with and stuff like that, you know, so you have a connection with them, and that's like a place that I always go on vacation. Or if they're like, oh, I'm in Pacific Beach, I could be like, oh my gosh, I used to live there, you know what I mean? So you want to find free groups where you connect. And obviously, I know we're doing that with the UK right now too, but it's important to find them in the United States and Canada so you can connect with people here right now. Okay, so you want to make sure your privacy setting is set to public. This took me a long time as a teacher to do. So I do understand keeping things private as, as a professional. But when you really want to be a full-blown coach, you do have to go public. Like, I eventually just bit the bullet and was like, whatever, people are going to see me. Not doing anything bad, Ask people to tag a few friends as part of the requirements to join a free group, which is great. It's a great way to expand your audience. I usually always, with my post for my free group, I go, hey, this is totally free. The only thing I ask of you is this. Like my post, or you can even say love my post, right? Because you want them to hit the reaction buttons. Love my post. Comment below with a friend's name that might want to join too, and whatever, click here to join my group, and then I'll add you. So when the friend's name is tagged, friend them or message them. Hey, so-and-so tagged you in my post. Are you interested in joining my free group? Most likely they're going to say yes, and then you just started a conversation with them, connected. Now they're your friend. It's an easy way to expand your audience that way. Take advantage of scarcity. You only have room for so many people in the group, and communicate that the group is filling up as people join in. When I do free groups, I do like to say, like, I'm only taking 20 people this time. So first come, first serve. The first 20 people that comment below are the ones that are going to be put in. Because then people are like, wait, is there still room? Is there still room? Can I get in? Your group should have something that has a slight transformation for the person joining. Obviously, we know all this. Okay, and this is the curiosity thing that we spoke about. So this doesn't, let's go over this, and then we'll finish up. This doesn't create curiosity. I'm so excited to start this Core de Force workout program for Beachbody. It's a month-long MMA-style program. You can do it in my living room, and it comes with a meal plan, so I'll keep my nutrition on point. I'm so excited for the results. You'll see a new me in 30 days. Okay? I'm not going to lie. I've written stuff like that before. But what is that? Like, that's going to let people know what I'm doing, but that's not going to – that's it. That's all that's going to do, right? So for 30 days, nothing's going to happen in my business except I'm going to be working my ass off. I better get a good transformation to show them. So to create curiosity, it says, I'm so excited to finally get started with this new workout program. I'm done with the excuses and ready to lose at least 10 pounds. I can do it from home, which is going to make it a lot easier to stick to. Then someone, is going to be like, well, what are you doing? Well, what are you going to do to lose 10 pounds? So what have you been doing already that you're down to only 10 pounds left? You can do it from home. Wow. So you guys know this. We spoke about this. Ideas to create curiosity. Ever wonder why TV shows show a 2-minute clip before the theme song? It's called the teaser, and it's simply designed to capture attention and create curiosity. Like when you're watching the news, and they'll put like the dumbest thing at the end. Like you'll be like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt scandal, right? And then you're like, oh, I just want to know what happened. But they won't come and tell you that until the very end. But every single time before they go to the commercial, they're like, stay tuned for the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie scandal, right? And then they finally say it, and it's like the dumbest thing. It's like they caught them holding hands on the way to school or something like that, walking their kids to school. And so they keep that purposely for the end, so you watch everything else. So you want to do that. You want to give bits and pieces, but you don't want to let them know, exactly what's happening. You want them to stick it through to the end. So highlight a struggle without going into all the details, and that you're working to overcome it. Leave gaps. Share your stories in moments instead of the entire journey. Think of little moments that are the point of conflict in your head that you work through during a transformational period in your life. People will try to fill in the gaps and engage more with the post. So you want to give bits and pieces of you every day, to tell your story, to tell a little bit about who you are, what you do. Yeah. Like, Ashley, I thought you lived in upstate New York. We got to get Washington into your stories.
I'm going to have to, yes.
Just to remind me. Yeah, so you want to like throw in things there. Like little bits and pieces of who you are throughout your life. Like everyone knows that I don't talk to my mom. I don't talk about that every day, but every now and then there's bits and pieces of that story thrown into my posts. You know, it comes up here and there, so people hear about that, and so many people are like connect with me with that, and have reached out to me, and every time that I talk about that. So like little things that like you don't even realize are your story, like from could be from when you were a kid, something that happened to you, you know, breaking an arm, or I don't know, having surgery, getting your tonsils out, like just talking about like, oh, I still have this scar from when I did this, and like I hate it, and this is what I do to cover it up, and this is what happened. Like people would be like, oh my God, that happened to me. I have one over here, you know? So the more you share about everything about you, the better. The close, as a content creator, you have a story that doesn't end. So when you want someone to come back the next day for your videos or for your challenge groups, you have to create suspense through a technique called the cliffhanger. Your viewer has to finish your video thinking what happens next. So yeah, that's always, who did that? Someone did that where they said they were gonna, maybe it was Tony Ann. I don't know. Someone posted something and they were like, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna talk about this. And it got everybody to come on and listen, you know? So it's always good to do that. Breadcrumbing, you guys know all this stuff. Here's more. It doesn't create curiosity, creates curiosity. Let's just read the one that creates curiosity. I used to never have time to fix a healthy breakfast for my kids. I'd run out the door to work feeling a little guilty that we're starting the day on cereal. I made a decision a year ago to change that. A decision anyone can make. Today I'm not rushing out the door. My kids get all of me every morning, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. This would be something that I would relate to. I would definitely be like, well, what do you do? What do you give them? What do you make them? And how do you have time to do that now? You know? What decision did you make a year ago to change this? Like, how did you change that? Because that's something that I did. You know, I didn't even used to see my kids before I'd go to work. They'd still be sleeping. So that's it. So that's all of that. All that document that I wanted to share. Does that help at all?
Yes.
I know that we've talked a lot about a lot of that, and you guys know that. But I really think the biggest thing is digging deeper into your story. When I first started as a coach, I never ever thought that my mother was a part of my story. Like it never even dawned on me for like a long time. And my story was that I had a third baby, then I got pregnant with an IUD, and I had another baby, and I did it again, you know? And yes, that's part of my story, but also part of my story is like that, like my mom, so, like I always wanted to help her. Like I always wanted her to lose weight and get healthy and like look good, because I was embarrassed by her. And, you know, like I always was like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And like, what if we, you know, like took you to get your hair? I mean, really, she was an addict, so that's why she looked terrible. But like, I didn't get that. And I always was trying to help her in other ways to fix her. And like, part of my story, I guess, is that like, I like to help moms get better, because I went through that of like having a mom that couldn't get better, you know? So that's why I'm like, anybody can do this. Like, I wish my fucking mom would have just listened to me, because I could have helped her, you know? And like, so I'm just so passionate about helping other moms, because I always wanted to help my own, and I couldn't help her. And I never even, it didn't dawn on me that for a long time until like I had to like really like dig deep and be like, why do I love this so much? Like, what is it? You know, it's not that I just like lost weight. Like, yeah, that's cool and that's great, but why do I like want to do this every day, all day, and help as many moms as I can? Why? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because I couldn't help my own mom. You know, like I still can't help her. She still needs to fucking do Beachbody and get help mentally, really. But I mean, we're beyond Beachbody at this point, but that's why, you know? And so like sometimes you don't even know what your story is for a while, and you just have to like really dig deep, and once you find it, it's just easier to express yourself and share. And by friending people and by being consistent and by all these little tiny strategies, tagging, have your friend tag a friend, have your friend and, you know, add someone to the group, then you friend them. That's all ways to expand your audience. And going into groups and putting up posts, like Ashley, I saw your post in one of the UK moms group. What did you write? What did you write today?
Allergies. Oh, about Natalie's
allergies
from the smoke.
Yes, it was great. And then you have people comment.
Yep.
Right? And then you thank them, or you're like, that's such a good idea, da 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 da. And you're creating relationships.
Mm-hmm. And most of them have been pretty open to being like my friend requests afterwards.
Right, and I when I read it, you were like, you even said like the smoke is coming from Canada, and I was like, I wonder if these people are going to be like, well, why? She wrote the smokes are coming from Canada, but they didn't seem to care, right? So that was really good. So going into groups and putting up stuff like that, where they can give you their opinion, and then you could be like, oh, thank you so much. It's a connection.
Yeah.
And that needs to happen every day. So when we say connect with, 5 people a day, it could just be by that. By going into a group that you can relate to these people, comment on a couple of their things, you put up your own thing, and there you go. There's 5 connections you're going to make right there, and you're going to make 5 friends like that that are going to start following you. And that is how you expand your audience. And just don't be afraid to friend people, and don't be afraid to invite them. Like, I literally invited over 100 people yesterday. I mean, it was like all day. I just kept sending out. It was a pretty genuine message. I wasn't trying to be shady. And I shared it with you guys, and I was like, I came across your name, and I literally, this thing is ending, and I wanted to give you the opportunity because it's an amazing opportunity. Are you interested? And why not? I was thinking about writing like something like, I got a message just like this, and it changed my life. And so I know this is a little random that I'm sending out this message to you, but I thought, like, if it changed my life, who knows? Maybe it could change yours. And I didn't want to not send it to you because, we don't know each other that well, And so, okay. My husband just got home. So, yeah, like, the more you put yourself out there and the more you invite like that, genuinely, like, of course, if you send a message, I used to send messages that were like, hey, Susie, I'm starting a new challenge group and I only have 3 spots left. So if you're interested, let me know, And then the next day I would like make a post on Facebook that's like 2 spots left. And then I start sending out messages, which was such a lie. Right? So, I mean, it worked for some people, like at first, but then it didn't. And so instead, just be like, hey, I got this opportunity from somebody that I didn't know. And I just was talking to you the other day, and I know we don't know each other that well, but I just wanted to give it to you too, because it's changed everything for me. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I can't even imagine someone being mad at you for that. Like, the worst they could say is thank you. So the more you do that, and the more no's you get, the better it's gonna be.
And wash your hands.
And just to like end it with this, to bring it into what's going to go on Wednesday night, what I'm presenting. If somebody says to you it's too expensive, if somebody says to you like, I don't drink the shake or whatever, if someone's like, well, I go to the gym, so I don't need Beachbody On Demand, I like going to the gym, it shouldn't end there. There's other things that can be sold, right? Well, okay, you go to the gym, that's awesome. I wish I had time to go to the gym and had, you know, the drive like you do, but what's your nutrition like? Do you need help with that part at all? Because there's something else that you can get where it's just the nutrition plan and the container. Like, why not sell that to them? Or if someone's talking to you and they're like, I'm so tired all the time, like they don't want to buy Shakeology, they don't want to buy the challenge pack, but why not sell them Energize? Right? I mean, it's all going to make you money. So don't worry about the points. Like, it's so, like, Beachbody, like, pounds that into your head so much that we forget why we're here. And we're here to help people with what they need. And so, yes, it's great to hit Success Club, and I want you to. And, like, it's great to get points. But it's also great to help somebody, to give a mom Energize, to help her fucking get her ass up and get through the day. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you give her that than her walk away and her be so tired because she couldn't afford Shakeology in a challenge, in a challenge pack yet. And sometimes we forget that. And it's Beachbody pushes challenge packs because it's the best deal. Yes, okay, but not everybody wants it. So don't, like, Elena, how you're taking all those people in that their coaches said they couldn't drink shake. Like, if you don't drink Shakeology, you're not allowed in my group. That is terrible. Terrible. That's like the worst thing. Like, some people just can't. Some people, like, they literally, it hurts their stomach and they cannot drink Shakeology. Like, I had that happen. Some people are allergic to, like, pea protein and they can't drink Shakeology. So now they can't be a Beachbody client? So, yeah. So we're going to go over a lot of things on Wednesday, like other products that are out there and how to make money and how as a team we can do that together to make more money. So make sure that you guys are on Wednesday night and get your coach, Ashley, get your coach on.
Okay.
Because that's going to be like a really good one. I'm like doing a PowerPoint presentation. Like, I've been working on it all day. So it's going to be a big to do, like a big call, important.
This coming Wednesday, right?
Yeah. 8:45 again. No, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Right, so 6 o'clock for you. Where does your coach live?
She is 2 hours from me, or 2 hour time difference from me. So it'll be 8 her.
8. Okay. So confusing.
I
know. It's like Central Time, Mountain Time,
Pacific time.
Pacific Time.
Central Time.
She's Central. I didn't even know there was a Mountain Time. Then I was in the mountains, and everyone's like, no, we're on Mountain Time. I'm like, oh. Okay. So anyway, I hope this call helped. I know you guys know a lot of this because I share a lot of this all the time, but it's good to just have like one call on it and go over specifics. And this document is available in the online office. If you go to news and trainings, and then the training library, and then it's under, what the name of it is, Expand Your Network with Social Media. So you can go to this and like have it to reference off of. And that's it. So anybody have any questions before we go? No, we're good? Okay. All right. Well, you guys keep kicking butt. And let's work on that sneak peek challenge group this weekend. Let's all get that running. And that's it. And we'll talk again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. probably. Which, Ashley, that means that's 2 in the morning for you.
Yes.
You're not up yet.
No. My ringer is off.
Remember, the girl, Angela?
Yes.
Wait, I'm going to stop recording. Hold on.